Hello, I'm Sharon Taylor, founder and CEO of the Business Vision and Development Center. Let's chat. What's the tea? We're talking all things business. I'm sure you've had a business idea stuck in your head for quite some time now, maybe even years. Well, it's time to activate. Today, I'm diving into three essential power moves that will help you transform your business idea into a successful reality. Trust me, we've all been there. You don't know how many ideas I have floating around in my head at one time. Let's just take your top one, the one that has kept you up all night, that is constantly ruminating and taking up space in your head. So, how do you turn it into a successful reality? You start by validating your idea with market research. I want you to identify your target audience. Who are you selling your products or services to? Study your competitors. Use social media to look at other businesses in your industry. Social media isn't just there for scrolling along. Check out some people in your industry, see who they follow, see who's following them, see what makes it work for them, and then kind of carve out a space for you. So check out their websites, go to their link, see what's in their bio. You want to see what they're doing and do it better. Conduct customer interviews. So ask them how you feel about your products or services. Have you been talking about it to friends and colleagues over the years? I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, this is what I've done. Ask them how they feel about it because you want to see what makes them want to buy your product or service. Be open to constructive criticism. Test your assumptions. So create just something small. If it's a product, a small product or a couple of products. And if it's a service, scale it down to see if it's a viable product for your market. So start small and do a small launch. Gather feedback from those potential customers. Now let's talk about your legal structure. Choose your business entity type. What does that mean? Most startups choose sole proprietorship or LLC. So you would need to talk to a tax professional to find out what best suits your business. As you grow, you'll probably move to an S Corp. But like I said, most startups start with sole proprietorship or LLC. You also want to register your business. This includes your business license and the cost and complexity of getting that business license varies from state to state. My business is in the District of Columbia. It costs me maybe between 400, 450 to register my business. In terms of complexity, I found it on the onset when I first started to be a little complex because they want you to go from this part to this part, and it wasn't all linked together. But now that I've been doing it for years for clients, it doesn't seem that complex at all. But there's always somebody here to help navigate you through that process. You also want to obtain the necessary licenses for your industry because your industry may require something special, like food handling, transportation, cosmetology, barbering, childcare. Those are all going to require special licenses based on your industry. I'm getting tongue-tied today. I don't know what's going on. Financial planning. This is one of the most important things that you're going to do because you got to know where you are and you got to know where you want to be and to determine how to get there. So I want you to do some startup cost analysis. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. You can use an Excel spreadsheet, you can use a calculator, you can use a pen and pencil and a book. But costs, I want you to write down your costs for essential equipment like computers, machinery, vehicles, website design, all those kind of things that you feel are necessary for your startup costs, and include if you have brick and mortar, office furniture, rent, those kind of things, and any specialized tools that you may need. You may need a sewing machine if you're a tailor. You may need some special cooking equipment if you're a chef. So calculate your startup costs as you move through the financial planning portion of your business idea. And include revenue projections. Again, you need to know what you want to make in order to get there. So to calculate your revenue projections, I want you to multiply the projected sales or services by the anticipated price, taking into account factors like market demand, growth rates, and any potential fluctuations in sales volume. So for example, you're selling books. I'm going to make this quite simple. You're selling books, you got 25 books, and you're going to charge $15 a book. That nets you $375, right? So do you want to make this by month, by quarter, or per year? Let's not say per year. We at least want to do this by month, right? 25 books, $15 a book. So you'll have $375. And then you can kind of see how you need to move in the market based on when you want to see your revenue. Okay. And so go big. Don't get crazy, but go big because it gives you something to strive for, right? I also want you to create an emergency fund. Some of us, it seems like there's a constant emergency. And I know that in these times, sometimes it's difficult to set aside some money for an emergency. But if you can, set aside 6 to 12 months of fixed costs, like your rent, utilities, payroll. There's an old adage that if you should get laid off from your job, you should have 6 to 12 months in the bank to live off of while you try to secure some additional income or some future income. Also include regular loan or lease payments in your calculations. It could be your vehicle. It could be something that you're leasing, property, equipment. So include that in your calculations. Also maintain 15 to 20% extra for unexpected expenses or opportunities. So what you don't want to happen is an opportunity to arise and you don't have any funds to support it. It could be traveling. It could be, we'll get you here, but you got to we'll pay for your hotel and your amenities, but you need to get here on your own and pay for your own plane ticket. And we'll pay you after you provide your service. So make sure you also think about contracts and also think about unexpected expenses and opportunities as you create your emergency fund. And create a separate fund for equipment repairs, replacement, and seasonal revenue fluctuations. Life is going to life. Things are going to break down. You don't want to have to go to your charge cards or your savings to keep you afloat. So start now, especially since you're in the early stages of your business. Think about these things as you move through your process. At least line it out, start to write some things down, because as you do this, it's going to activate your idea. And you are activating it as well as you write down your goals and strategies. So, are you ready to take the next step? Visit the bvdcenter.org and click Get Started to access our comprehensive startup resources and expert guidance. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated with more entrepreneurship tips. Like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss a thing.